no secret. It's plain to see. And I love you. And you love me. It's no secret. You know it's true. You love me. And I love you. The only time we seem to meet is in the middle of the night. Only then can I feel your heartbeat. Till something's not right. Together I see you and me, always and all time. But not everyone would agree. To them it's a crime. It's no secret. It's plain to see. Yes, I love you. And you love me. And it's no secret.
Hello, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Stephen, good to see you. Kathleen, welcome. Wow, it is Monday. And I've already heard several people being like, man, I wish it wasn't Monday. But you know what? It's all about what we plant, isn't it? Deborah, good to see you. Glad you were able to pop in. Well, or pop out. But yeah, I hope everybody had a really blessed weekend. Hope you were able to go and do something for you. Do something for that self-care, self-love. Get back to the grounded relationship that we have with ourselves, right? I'm going to be talking about kind of a hard topic for a lot of people, and it's when those people that we're close to, like our people, our besties, our partners, that things just kind of go off. Things take a little bit of a detour, and that person becomes our enemy. That's a really hard place. It's a really hard place. I've gone through that sadly, I've gone through that with a couple of people in my past. And sometimes it's not that we strive for that. Nobody strives for that to be the outcome. But a lot of times when it happens, people are not really left with a solid way of dealing with it, of how to navigate. And a lot of times we make things worse. We don't make things better. Why? Because emotions, our feelings, communication, or rather, should I say, the lack of communication, sometimes can create more of a problem. So let's dive in. It's extremely painful when the person that you love, your best friend, partner, becomes your worst enemy. It's that very real moment when you feel like your world is absolutely devastated. And the feeling of betrayal can become great as you try so hard to understand how this person that you were so close to could drift so far away. And oftentimes, there are hurtful recriminations that you struggle to understand. And some of the responsibility may be on your end as well. Losing this person can be overwhelming and life-changing because this is your person, your confidant, your bestie, somebody that's been immersed in part of your life. Now, there are important steps that you can take to get past this situation. And while it may be hard, it is doable and will help you move on to a better place while holding on to your dignity, your respect, and your self-awareness. Communication is a critical role in any relationship. You have to try and communicate. The first step in this case is to try and discuss the issue with this person. Understand, however, that they may not be in the same place mentally as you are, and thus may reject your attempt to talk about it. Now, if this is the case, don't keep pressing it, as this could just make the situation much worse. Let them know that you're wanting and open to discuss and hopefully resolve any issues between you, and then leave it alone. Just leave it there. And Marwan, Anna, welcome to the room. Now, if the relationship is truly ending, you must take the time to process and adjust and understand your feelings. It is you taking the time to grieve. This pain and emotional state can be one of the hardest times that you face in life. You're losing a part of yourself in a sense. And you must give yourself time to embrace that and do it in steps, as to not try and rush the process. And Marilee, welcome to the room, love. The other important point here is don't isolate yourself and shut out all your friends. More importantly, don't let this one relationship ending keep you from at least trying to get close to other people, even if they're new ones. This action is not meant to make your old partner jealous, but you need to branch out into new friendships. Surround yourself with people you like, people with whom you have things in common, people who seem trustworthy, who can help who can help be a support system for you during your time of healing. Now, unfortunately, when things go south in such a deep relationship, it is common for things to get confrontational with one another. Insults, put downs, accusations abound. When both of you who were once so close now are so closely guarded, you know, and you start to strike out at one another. Don't give in to that kind of behavior, even if they are. Be the bigger person and hold on to your dignity. Even if it seems like they are, goading you into responding. In fact, at that point, you should make it a special point to hold back and keep your tongue in cheek. Try to ignore the situations as best you can. Sometimes you have to ignore this person. Now, that's going to be hard, especially if you really miss them or if they're going out of their way to hurt you. But now's not the time to make amends or to engage in verbal warfare. If you ignore their antics, they'll quickly lose steam in most cases. Besides, if they're saying bad things about you, your remaining true friends aren't going to believe them. They know you. And that's a valuable aspect to bear in mind here. This is hard too, but you should try to understand what went wrong, especially if you're looking for closure or have any hope of someday repairing the friendship. You have to take responsibility if you played a part in the rift, and to do that, you have to understand what happened. You can't blame everything on them, and they can't blame everything on you. In some cases, they will not be willing to offer you any understand whatsoever, which can make this process even more difficult. We all like to understand things. We want to know why. What is the why down to this? But don't let this stop you from processing and sorting whatever parts that you can. This really does come back to that part of you can't control everybody else, but you can control you. You can control and make a choice of what you're going to do in a situation. And it's hard sometimes especially whenever the verbal stuff starts. Oh man, and it starts getting under your skin. You get mad and you got to say something. You know, you're and you're defending yourself. You're defending your own position. But sometimes timing is everything. And in addition to that, we have to watch how are we gauging our words and what kind of tone are we using and are we being clear with what we're saying. Try and remain polite and cordial. If you run in the same circles, work in the same place, live in the same city, it's not always it's not always easy to ignore the situation. but just stay cordial by being as polite as possible. Then again, you come off as the bigger person and you retain your self respect. And in this kind of situation, that is majorly important, incredibly important. Find yourself some distractions. Also, with any breakup, distractions will help you get through. Find new hobbies, new friends to hang out with, or just new things to do in general. Throw yourself into work, studying, yoga, exercise. Just busy yourself and don't dwell on your past friendship. There will be a time for reflection, but don't make it the only thing you ever think about. Because that, my friend, will drive you absolutely crazy. Because you're just going to keep recycling over and over and over and over because you got to make sense of it. And sometimes you're not going to make sense fully of a situation. It's just the way life is. We're not going to always have a clear 100% clear focus on every single thing that happens to us and why. Because we're all human beings. We all function differently and we all operate differently, and we're not always going to always hit on 100%, connection and understanding on just every misfire. But now comes a difficult but necessary step. Face the fact it is time to move on. Sometimes friendships can be repaired, but at other times, they're just too damaged. Maybe time will heal those wounds, but that doesn't always happen. Maybe you have no interest in rekindling your relationship, or perhaps your friendship is just quits for good. But whatever the case, realize when you're beating a dead horse and then move on, move into a new direction. This is one thing that, man, it keeps people stuck. It keeps people just rooted in this dead end street. You get down to the cul-de-sac, right? And you just keep, going in circles. There's nowhere else to go. There's no other outlet. The outlet is kind of back where you came, and that was get back to that place where you just reshift, refocus, redirect. And sadly, that's just necessary sometimes. Now, that's not to say that every relationship that goes down into a bad path is, you're doomed. Cut them loose, say goodbye, slam the door. No, I mean sometimes, depending on the situation, if both parties come together and you're able to hear each other, listen, speak, well, then there might be some hope. But sometimes you do have to kind of give that space, give that time. But you have to be mindful of how you are operating in that situation. Don't go and start acting all vindictive and mean and trying to be the better war hero. You need to be the one that's reasonable, clear. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be upset. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be sad. But it means that you're taking care of your own integrity, your own respect for you. Self-care, self-love, self-relationship. It really does come back down to that. Marilee will agree with this. It does come back down to love. And you got to love yourself enough to know when you're damaging yourself by the actions you're taking to resolve a conflict or resolve a situation. You got to come back down to it. And if you still love this person, well, then operate in that. Love them enough to know when it's time to let them go and do them, and you continue to love yourself enough to continue to do you. That's important. We've been talking today on when the person you love becomes your worst enemy. Now, I would like to open the stage up if anybody would like to come up and share some thoughts, share some words, tell me what you're doing on this Monday. I would love to have you. But yeah, this is definitely something that can really trip people up, really get people stuck in a hole. And that's a really hard place. Deanna, we're going to bring Miss Deanna up here. Deanna, happy Monday to you. How are you, love?
Happy Monday. Good. I am good. Um, so you know me, I'm tried and true. I'm always raising my hand and coming up on stage. Um, I got too much to say. But one of the things that I was thinking of when you were talking on this, and I kind of was a little bit late to the show, I had a call, but the the arena that I come from, which is intimate partner violence trauma arena, um, this is such an amazing discussion for that, because it really does shine light on the fact that you have to hold on to who you are. I feel like so many people in relationships, to protect the relationship, give up themselves. And one of the biggest things I see in clients when they come back to me, in their healing process, one of the first things is, I'm lost. I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, you hear that a lot. And so this right here, what you're talking about, is such a prerequisite. So maybe you've been there, maybe you've been through that, but to not land yourself in that place again, you learn and you do better. To not land yourself, to just have that integrity. And I think a lot of people associate integrity externally, and they don't pull that integrity to internal,
Oh man,
where it's
nail on the head.
right. Like,
Yeah,
keep your word to yourself and be true to yourself. That's first.
that's
And
right.
then you can operate, in the other arenas. So yeah, I think that's great topic.
No, thank you. Well, no, great
Thank you.
addition. I appreciate that. No, it's so true, and I love what you just brought up about integrity, because you're right. People view that as some outside external situation. No, integrity relates to like back inside, back for you. And yeah, and we want to get past these situations, learn something from it, and of course, not repeat. It is hard. Kathleen, welcome to the stage, love.
Hello, Trinity. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. It's funny. I'm going to just move rooms here really quickly. But when I saw the title of this podcast, I thought, holy, Dinah, are you doing this for me? um,
Oh,
and and I have to, like, I want to be completely honest all the time moving forward, because not accepting the fact that I'm literally right in the middle of that situation right now. And
okay.
an added aspect of that is that we work together. Um, and so that's where I'm finding that I struggle sometimes, because I tried really hard last year. COVID kind of disrupted things, and I exited back from being his manager and that sort of thing. And then earlier this year, an opportunity came up to release a song. And so we started working together again. But as we started to do that, we really started to kind of come apart at the seams in our personal life. And so we're navigating through this and trying to stay really focused on working together as a partnership in music, while trying to be good to each other, and know that we need to navigate through figuring out how to divide ourselves in order to follow our own paths, because those paths just don't seem to connect.
Got you. Yeah. And
You know,
one thing in that is that you're in a process right now too, of where you're having to kind of you got to set your boundaries, but be confident in those
mhm.
boundaries. And you can set boundaries that you're still able to work within. That's not depleting or taking away from you.
Yeah, well, that's the whole reason why we're actually going down this path, is because I, after last year, decided to really kind of put my flag in the sand and kind of say, I've spent 25 years project managing other people's dreams.
Hmm.
And I kind of went, okay, I'm 48. If there's something I want to do with my life, I want to do it now.
Hmm.
And that's the frustration, is that, after 15 years of doing absolutely everything and supporting someone, then when you decide that you have a dream and you want to follow it, that they don't give back.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and so that's the part where it's where you said it's okay to be sad. It's okay,
Yeah.
you know, but that's like, I just want to thank you for saying all those things because that's how I'm feeling right now.
And Kathleen, listen, I want you to really hold on to something. Is that one, how you're feeling? Number one is normal.
Right.
Number two, you have to go through this process, and it's hard, but you have to let yourself. You're grieving for the aspects that have not worked. You're grieving for the aspects that you were holding on to. That's all normal. It all goes into this, and it's a difficult situation. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard on your emotions. It's hard on your psyche. It's hard on all that. But maintaining that place where you allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. That's healthy. It's okay. It's not great, but it's healthy and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then secondly, you're building and you're doing and taking care of you. So I mean, even when I hit listen to your story, and when I've heard the different aspects, you are doing just that. You're exercising your own self care and your own self love to take care of you, and that's epic and huge.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those things are going to create. Sometimes it's going to make things surface. It's going to make things surface that you have to deal with, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean it's going to be easy. A
No,
lot of times it's going to be difficult. It's going to
it
be
is a little bit hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard as fuck. But the thing is, though, that you got to realize it is okay for you to feel what you're feeling, and you need to let yourself feel it, experience it, grow through it, and then you move on.
Right. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for picking this topic and then for validating the process. Because it certainly gives me comfort to know that this too shall pass.
It shall pass, Kathleen. Absolutely. And thank you for
Absolutely.
sharing. Thank you for
Thank you,
sharing
Jim.
this. Yeah, guys, listen. It is, and Deanna, go ahead, please, Deanna. Absolutely.
Look, I don't really have a whole lot to add. Kathleen, I want to say I appreciate your vulnerability because it takes a lot to, just speak it. And that's like, I feel like it's part of the healing process, right? But
Hmm.
I just wanted to say I see you, you are a beautiful person and I see you. And I think sometimes that's what we need. You are seen, you're not alone. A lot of us have been through this. I've been through this, and a lot of us have been through this. And there's laughter after, right? It'll be okay. And the beauty of it is you grow in the process. So the person that you become and the more grounding into yourself, you start to emerge through some of these things that just happen, So I see you, girl. I love it.
Well said, Deanna. Absolutely, very well said. And and I love it. Hey, there is laughter after. There is laughter after, and and I love it. And when we do, I mean, and I've been through it too. I've been through this, and it was, I mean, and I really struggled. I mean, I went through it with somebody that really was. I mean, it was my one person. I mean, and honestly, I had invested so much of my time, energy, effort, love, all these things into this one relationship, and all of a sudden that relationship went south, and I'm just sitting back going, what the hell just happened? And you start trying to make sense in it, and it's painful, it hurts, it attaches to your, it's going to affect your emotions, but it is so important to go through that process of one, you got to just let yourself feel and experience whatever that you need to feel and experience, number one. And then number two, make a course that you're not going to lose yourself to insanity trying to figure it out. And that's where a lot of people, they do get lost, because it's, oh no, this just can't happen. Well, no, it is happening. And it can happen because we're all human beings, and sometimes human beings change direction. Sometimes things that clicked once may not click 5 years after the fact. Might start clicking differently 10 years after the fact. We change, we evolve. How we operate changes and evolves. Our self love and self care changes and evolves. And we have to be the ones that hold on and guard that for us. because it's our life. Nobody else is controlling anything in your life but you, and everything you do is a choice. So we just have to maintain that, you know. But yeah, it is. It's really difficult. And
Hey,
Jeff, welcome
Trinity,
to
can
the
I
room,
add?
man. Go ahead, please,
Oh,
please, please.
sorry. Um, it, this just came up for me. I did a little research a couple weeks back on the word grace because people throw around, oh, you have to give yourself grace and oh, be nice, give him grace, give people, extend grace to other people, And I said, let me. I'm a word person, and I kind of like etymology. I just want to know the root of it all. And one of the things that it said in the definition is basically you're honoring someone and giving them dignity by being present and holding
Yeah,
space for them and being present. And I thought, man, you know what? That someone has to be you first, right? You.
yeah,
And so I look at
yes,
that with this situation, like what Kathleen's going through, and then, or what we've been through, and being able to, like you said, sit in the feelings and just hold space for ourselves
yeah,
and give ourselves some grace. Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that we think we should be doing better or we should be handling it differently. Look, maniacal crying, laughing and crying at the same time, that shit happens and it's not funny and it's not pretty, but it happens
it
where
does.
you're ugly crying and then you just evil laughing. I don't know. I don't even know how to, but
Yeah,
it's all okay. It's just a processing or releasing. So I just thought of that word grace, right? It just popped into my head. That's all.
yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And oh my God, yeah, those moments, man. The crying and the laughter at the same, and you catch a glimpse in the mirror at that moment. That's when you've jumped on a crazy train, or you at least feel like it.
It scares.
It is. It is. That's when you go grab the entire package of Oreos and a half gallon of milk and go sit down and you know nestle in, grab a good seat. But no, it is such a. But the other point that I really want to bring up here is that when you allow yourself to really hold on to that self love, self care, and integrity. Let me tell you something. What you experience and learn from going through that process is going to help you start to understand how to let yourself sit in things that happen and the strength that you're going to gain from coming through it. And that's huge. We we have to look. We're always going to be crossing paths sometimes with people that are just sometimes things go south and it's going to make you feel things, or it takes a negative course, and things of that nature. That's life, because we're all human beings and we're all flawed. you know and so but having that ability to really learn how you personally operate in your world for the situations that you feel and endeavor, well, that's gold, my friend. That is that place where you start to build and understand, how am I going to navigate this and remain in a loving relationship with myself afterwards? How am I going to make sure that I deal with the situation and let myself go through the healthy course of grieving, of feeling what I feel, of experiencing it, putting forth my efforts, but remaining in a self love capacity to grow past it and move on? We can't ever stop like taking care of us. We have to take care of who we are. We have to take care of our world and our emotions and our heart. Because guess what? Other people may love you. Other people may try to look out for you, but you are the one person that's solely responsible for protecting the borders of your heart. I am going to be bringing Anna up on stage. Let's see. Here we go.
Hi.
Anna, happy Monday, love. How are you?
I'm good. I hopped out for a bit because I was being speaking of self-care, I was being called to meditate. So I'm happy to be back, and I'm just hearing the things I heard. I'm like, yeah, love all this, love all the conversation. I just wanted to add, because I heard you guys talking about self-care and just like showing up for yourself. Like, it's a practice. Like, I don't think we can ever be 100% like always, supporting our, I mean, it's definitely a goal, but I think it's also having that grace in times when we do, like, we just laugh, cry, and we eat that gallon that gallon of ice cream, because that's kind of where we're at. But it's going back to ourselves, and it's always remembering that it's a practice. Like, it's not perfect, but self-care and self-love is so, so important, right? And it's remembering what we need for ourselves and for the people around us. Like, we have to show up for ourselves before we can show up for anyone else. But yeah, that's really
Absolutely.
what I wanted to say. Like, I just felt it just, I think it's because even myself, like, like, I'm always constant, like, today I had a really rough day yesterday, but it's giving yourself what you need. And sometimes it's just simply just being a little kind to yourself, because noticing what you say to yourself, noticing, like, are you right showing up for you while you're, giving a lot to everyone else. But
Absolutely.
that's really what I wanted to say. But because I did miss some of it, but I'm just happy to be here, and I know all of your talks are just so like nourishing and full of such good stuff. So, but that's what I
I
wanted to share so
appreciate
far.
that. I
Of
appreciate
course.
that. You know what? Listen, while you two lovely, beautiful ladies are up here on stage with me, Anna, I want you to share really quick with everybody what you do and your website and all that some fun stuff, because it's really important and it ties in with a lot of other stuff I'm going to be doing this week. And then
Oh,
Deanna, I'm
yes.
going to have you do the same thing. But Anna, go ahead. Tell everybody what you do.
Always do this to me. Well, so I am a behavioral wellness consultant or coach. I really look at, people, their surroundings, what they're doing in their life every day, to kind of help them kind of get some goals around that. Like, what are you trying to improve? What are you trying to be maybe quote unquote better at, as you define, like, better for you? Like, that could just be, like we said, self-care practices. And I really combine that with my passion and love for yoga and meditation and just mindfulness based practices. My website is wellnessbyanna.yoga, and I offer just one-on-one online, or in person, depending on where you are. I'm located in Massachusetts. We do one-on-one consulting, and just like yoga sessions, meditation, and I also do little group classes and all that jazz. I love it, and it's something that I love to offer to others, because it changed my life years ago, and I think that it's really valuable when you can, yeah, give to others what you've really found to be a true gift for yourself. So that's me. Thanks so much, Trinity.
I love that. No, it's good stuff. And and I wanted you to share because I know that you're passionate about what you do. And that's why I'm having both of you share, because I know that you both are passionate about what you do, and that's huge. It takes a big thing. Deanna, give us your commercial, sweetheart.
Oh, the elevator pitch. So, I am a self healing coach. I work in the area of trauma, specifically in intimate partner violence, and letting people know that there is laughter after the trauma and that you can go from trauma to triumph. I have a 10-week group coaching program that takes you through a framework that changed my life, which, similar to Anna, is why I like to pass that on to people. And I also like to speak and do workshop at retreats. So that's my jam.
I love it. I love it. Love it. And
Thank
I
you for
know
letting us
everybody in this.
share.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And for everybody that's listening, because we have people that are listening right now on YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. So for everybody listening, definitely go visit the websites for both of these. And listen, we support each other, and you never know. I mean, you go and stumble into Deanna's world and stumble into Anna's world. Well, your whole life might get shifted and changed in a way that you never even dreamed imaginable. And that's what we do. We have to go and experience things and see who's going to feed our situation or give us what we need in that moment. And it's all about planting seeds. And I believe in planting seeds in each other's life. That's how I try to operate every day. I want to
Oh,
plant some seeds in your life, and I love that I get to come and get seeds planted right back into mine, and it's beautiful. Deanna, go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing that I wanted to say real quick is that, the ability here on Clubhouse and how we can collaborate and add to each other. And I think that, that's beautiful, Trinity, the way you're sharing. And then I saw that you also have a workshop coming up. I didn't get to click on it or
I
anything. I saw
do.
it on no, Instagram. So you have
Yes,
a workshop coming up too.
I most
So I
certainly
feel like
do.
we should know about that too.
Well, yeah, what I'm going to be doing, and I appreciate you bringing that up. I'm doing the PsychCandy Empowerment Boot Camp, and what that is, and Wendy, I'm so glad you're coming up too. What that is it's going to be I'm going to be doing that live in some cities, but I am going to be doing it virtual, and it's going to be a weekend. It's going to start on a Friday evening, go through Sunday lunchtime, and you're going to get to hear from some excellent guests. You're going to be able to really build a self practice of becoming more self aware, building those healthy boundaries, and learning how to truly empower yourself to go into brand new chapters, brand new roads and everything for developing the future of you. And that's what it's designed to do. And absolutely, if you go to psychcandy.org, you will be able to you can go and register for the first one. I think the first one I have scheduled for April 29th through May 1st. And yeah, I would love to see you guys there. And Wendy, I keep accepting you, and it's there. You go, there you are. Happy Monday.
Hey, hi everyone. Good morning. Yeah, I was putting in the little text box that I can't really speak right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I do this every day, Wendy.
Trinity's really good at if he sees you text. Oh, my Bluetooth is doing something weird. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Deanna, you're the reason that I popped up. Listen,
you sometimes you see the text and you think that they're asking to come on
I
stage.
do.
I think.
I do it every day. Every day.
hey, you guys. Okay, just real quick while I can say this. Deanna, you called Fireside Clubhouse a couple of times.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did.
you did. Yeah, you
Oh
did.
my
Yeah,
God.
let's make sure we're talking about Fireside and yeah,
Fireside. Oh my God.
Fireside.
I'm
I just
sorry.
wanted to point that out. Okay, I gotta go back down. Love you guys.
Okay. Yeah, you did. I was gonna say something. I was like, yeah, we'll correct it in a minute, and then I got
Oh my
sidetracked. But
God, y'all interrupt me. I didn't even know I said either one of those words. So that's
I know. No, it's good stuff. But yeah, look, I think that we're all on a course where we're trying to better. We want to be better. We want to better ourselves. We want to better our approach. We want to better how we handle the relationships we get involved in, how we handle ourselves. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, what's your fuel? What's your inventory? What are you navigating your day with? What are you navigating your life with? And what are you navigating your relationships with? You know, what's the inventory? And I can tell you right now, I'm always looking to refresh my inventory. I am always looking for different ways that I can help get to better places within myself and within my world. And I think whenever we kind of maintain that kind of practice, it's very healthy. It can take us to some areas that maybe we didn't see possible before, and that's strengthening. So I love that. Oh, okay. See, I'm not going to make the mistake again. I almost made the mistake again. Um,
I'm already up here, so you can't.
I know, but see, yeah. But so I had to, I had to go like, I see the green thing. I'm like, yay, somebody's coming on stage, and so I don't even think. Mark, welcome to the room, man. And yeah, but I do want to mention something to you guys. I do want to mention this because I know it seems like squirrely and weird, but Friday at 11:30, I want you guys to really don't miss the show. I've got Jeff joining me as a guest, and we're doing what's called a mental frothing. It's a mental frothing with Mr. Naked Jeff and myself, but it's going to be an epic show. I'm encouraging you guys, please do not miss it. It's truly going to be great. We're going down a journey of self-discovery, taking care of yourself, being mindful, taking care of your physical health, taking care of self-love, self-care. It's going to be a really great show. So please don't miss it. And if you can miss all my other shows this week, don't miss Friday. That's all I'm asking. Don't miss Friday. So
I'm going to be away, Trinity, so I'm going to miss it, but it's going
all
to be
right.
recorded.
That's right. You can listen to the replay. That's right. You can listen to the replay. All right, guys. Well, Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everybody that's come up here and shared. Deanna, Anna, I love you both to death, and sending everybody just love and light, bright blessings. Have a blessed rest of your Monday, and I hope that your week is starting off exactly in the way that you want it to. And if it's not, you have the power of choice. So until tomorrow, I am Dr. Trinity Michaels, and you are listening to PsychCandy, and I will see you soon.